What's up, you guys? I'm Dan. This is Frugal Not Cheap. It's getting towards the end of the year, so it's time to start tax planning for 2024 so that we'll be in good shape for the 2025 tax filing. I know, it's December of 2023, and I'm talking about our tax filing in 2025. It may seem like a long ways away, but the thing is, we can't just wake up in March or even early April of 2025 and try to work some crazy magic when it comes to taxes. The truth is, a lot of the stuff we need to plan ahead for. Specifically today, I'm going to focus on tax advantage space and the increases that we've seen for 2024, but also touch on some other changes to the tax code as well. Okay, so what's changed? The first thing is that the standard deduction has been increased. The standard deduction is a set amount of income that you can just take off of your taxable income. In other words, you deduct it away just, right off the bat. Of course, if you're someone that has a lot of itemized deductions that you can take that would be higher than the standard deduction, you can do that. But in many cases, like mine, the standard deduction is so big now that itemizing just isn't worth it, and so it's just going to be the standard deduction for me. For single filers like myself, the standard deduction went up by $750 to $14,600. And for those that are going to be married filing jointly, the deduction has gone up by $1,500 to $29,200. That's right, we can do $14,600 for singles tax-free in income, or $29,200 for married filing jointly. So it's nice that that's gone up. These things all are kind of inflation adjusted. That's the way that IRS does it. But still, it's good that it's keeping pace with inflation rather than falling behind. So the tax code is keeping up at least with sort of nominal dollars. And then hopefully, you've been able to negotiate so that your real wages are also holding steady or improving. So along with these inflation adjustments, we've also seen an increase in the tax bracket. This means that more of our income is taxed at a lower tax rate. Whereas for 2023, your next $10,000 of income after the standard deduction would be taxed at 10%. The 10% bracket has now been raised to $11,600. The 12% bracket goes up to $47,150, and the 22% tax bracket goes up to $100,525. If you want to dig a little bit deeper into how these marginal tax rates work, because we don't have a flat tax, you can check out this video. For those married filing jointly, these 10%, 12%, and 22% tax brackets have been moved up to $23,200, $94,300, and $201,050. As you can see, because all this stuff is proportional, then of course the movement in the top end of the tax brackets as we go up to the higher tax brackets is going to be bigger than those at the bottom. In fact, for those married filing jointly, the bottom of the 37% tax bracket moved up from $693,751 to $731,200. A much bigger move than we saw in the 10% bracket. So that's all good news in nominal terms. Now let's take a look at the increases in tax advantage space that we have for 2024. What I mean by tax advantage space is the amount that we contribute to accounts that have some kind of a tax advantage status, either that they're like a traditional IRA or 401k where we can put in money before taxes, or like a Roth account where we can put in money after taxes. First off, an account that I wish I had but I don't have, which is a health savings account. The limit for individuals has gone up from $38.50 to $41.50, and for family up from $77.50 to $83.50. One that does impact me is the increase in the 401k contribution limit from $22,500 to $23,000. $500 may not seem like a lot, but these little increases add up over the years. In percentage terms, this one's bigger. The IRA, or individual retirement account contribution limit, has been increased by that same $500 from $6,500 to $7,000. So between those two, I can't take advantage of the HSA, but I am blessed to be able to take advantage of the $500 increase in the 401k contribution limit and the $500 increase in the IRA contribution limit, which will then give some tax advantage to $1,000 more of my savings next year. And again, this is something that I have to plan and kind of let HR know in order to get it set up for next year. Because, come say February of 2025, I can't do some huge retroactive contribution to my 401k once the calendar calendar year has passed. You can do contributions for the previous tax year, or like the tax year you're about to file for. With IRAs, the deadline's a little bit further, so that's kind of nice, but at the same time, that means you have to have that cash on hand, whereas I'd much rather invest as soon as the cash is available automatically and get it working in the market as soon as possible. So I've talked about it a lot before, but my strategy is always to make the savings automatic, happen at the same timing as the income is coming in, and that way I never have to think about it, and I'm sure to meet my goals as long as those automatic transfers are happening. So that's it for today. If there are any changes to the tax code that I missed or that you're particularly excited about taking advantage of, let us know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.